Welcome back to Believe University, a place where we dream big but believe even bigger. It's your girl, Queen Bee in the building, and today I have Faith Lucica, like Musica. That's my girl. Hey, Faith.
Hi, my love. Good to see you.
You know, I see you like every day. But...
I know. Good to see you. We came here together.
So how are you feeling today?
Incredible.
Yeah?
Magical. I know. It's just going to be a beautiful time. I'm excited to get into it.
Thank you so much for, hopping on today and being a guest. So I want to just talk about how we met. It was an interesting story.
Yeah.
We won't get into specifics.
No,
You'll have to stay tuned, for our movie.
That's a movie. Yeah.
But yeah, so we met at work.
We were working together.
Yes.
I think it was beautiful because we were able to see how hard each other work, in a professional environment. And then also it was like it was a wonderful community,
yes. In the beginning.
In the beginning.
It was
nothing
everything. But I honestly, to this day, there's
so many women that I love and
sisters at this point.
Genuine
it's
sisters.
genuinely like family.
You know who you are.
You know
we
who you
love
are. Actually, no, let me just shout them out.
No.
Stop. We want to shout you out.
We don't have time.
Because then it's given a little messy. But
no names.
So I love that you mentioned that because we also realized just how much we had in common.
Yes.
Because there were people who were trying to keep us apart, away from each other.
They could see how powerful we would be if we were together. Yeah, they knew we were going to shine.
Yes.
Just the amount of synchronicities that we had in our childhood and even with our passions today.
Exactly.
So beautiful.
We were both psych majors.
So
we just love talking about the mind. We're both very observant. So that's how I think we could mention this. That's how we kind of got closer. It was just whenever we're put in a room together,
we piece things together because I notice a lot of things, but I can't be in every room at all times. I'm not omniscient. I'm just, very observant, but she's in rooms that I'm not. And then it was like
the puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Connected the dots. It's like I already had the picture. I knew what it was, but I didn't have enough evidence.
And then I got the evidence.
She had the evidence in the background.
I got the receipts, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's just jump right into it.
Yeah. That's a whole other day.
Story time for another time. I told you to stay tuned for the movie. But I want to talk about the synchronicities within our childhood. We even realized that our parents are kind of similar, our moms.
Similar.
And just growing up in a first generation household.
And being the oldest sibling. The amount of responsibilities that you feel.
Yeah.
And the amount of weight is on your shoulders.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure for sure. I just want to talk a little bit about if you want to talk about your upbringing and, your childhood. And how it has impacted you and made you the person that you are today. If you want to just talk a little bit about that, whatever you feel comfortable to,
Thank you. I appreciate you. It's actually interesting because we're in my hometown. And so we were driving by so many things. We're not too far from a place that I lived.
Yeah.
So it definitely brings up the familiar feelings and emotions, which is crazy. I haven't been here in so long. But I feel I want to start it off with saying I feel obviously your childhood molds you into the person that you are, but you at a certain age have to decide who you want to be. And I think so many times I hear people be like, oh, well, those things that happened to you look at you now. You wouldn't be that without it. And it's well, I'm so strong and resilient, but as a child, you shouldn't really be strong, you should have been safe and protected.
And loved
and encouraged and supported. And I'm doing those things now. And sometimes I feel I'm racing to catch up, but I'm on my own
journey
and timeline and journey. I have my own path, that I'm forging, but definitely I didn't have a cookie cutter childhood, which is so interesting because I grew up in the suburbs. So it was I saw what ideal families looked like and mine was not that.
It's polar opposite.
Yeah, polar opposite. And my dad was, very absent, but luckily I was my papa's princess. So I didn't need to be daddy's girl. My papa was way better. It was fun, but my mom, I don't like to say bad things about her.
Yeah.
She raised me, but she does have mental health issues and she was very violent and just has unhealed trauma. And I see how that manifests against the person that you love and want to protect the most. And then also I was the only girl. And the oldest.
And
just so
that's something
things.
I feel we don't talk about and just these communities of like people of color. We don't talk about like now
How
mental
they
health.
treat their daughters.
But mental health is such a big thing now, and I think it's still pretty taboo when we do talk about
definitely.
different cultures. And then the mothers and daughters, if you want to talk a little bit about that relationship, like, because I always would see like all my friends in high school, they had great relationships with their mom, and that's like something I just like wish that I had, you know. And
definitely.
and my mom tried her best, you know, for sure.
Definitely, I saw effort.
Oh,
trying her best,
100%,
for sure,
but
with what they were given, but some people's best are questionable.
Yeah, so I was definitely more a daddy's girl, and
I was
yeah, I know. So, but if you want to talk a little bit about that dynamic, and especially since you have two younger brothers.
Yeah, so like I feel like I raised children as a child, which was
I did too. My sisters
definitely.
for sure know I raised them.
There was just like a lot, and like maybe she'll feel defensive over that, but like
my mama no, yeah, she knows.
One of my youngest brothers, like we're 10 years apart, and he would just call me mommy, and she got so upset that he just was calling me mommy that she was like, she's mommy Faith.
Oh no.
So like so like I definitely no the younger one before that. Kyle and I like
what's the younger one? Jacob. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Kyle and Jacob. Love you guys.
Shout out to y'all.
My brothers.
Yeah. I'm gonna shout out my sisters too. Wayne, Selma, we meet there. What's up?
I love. Okay. Okay. So yeah, my mom, she's just a wonderful woman that would give someone the shirt off of her back, like very godly woman, but just had so much unhealed trauma and mother wounds herself.
Yeah.
Which I have forgiveness for her and I understand her, but I also can't have her in my life if I want to be like safe.
Yeah.
You know, like
100%.
And it's just hard because you're raised with like undying loyalty and like what happens in this house stays in this house, and then you like grow up and you're like, oh, what happens in this house is not normal. It's not okay.
When you go visit like your friends in their
and
households.
you see the different dynamics and like
the healthier version of it.
And just
mother-daughter
like
relationship.
living with that secret for so long, you know, and not feeling comfortable. I love you so much. I love you so much. But
I wish I had tissues.
No, I'm so good.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Yes.
But living with that secret and feeling like I couldn't share and wanting to have like the ideal family dynamic that I didn't.
Yeah.
And then having a very absent dad who just like was nothing more than a glorified sperm donor, if we're honest. You know, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But when he would show up, it was like the only escape, and it would be like every few years, or like, you know, when he was present every few months, you know? And I would like savor that like one time, but it was only for me as a prop. Like it was to make him look like he was a good person, and then he would never see me again. Like, so it was just like,
because you were yearning that relationship.
Like save me from this, you know? And then you grow up and you're like, oh, God's plan all along was for me to like save myself. And then my pastor, since I grew up in the church, they would be like, God knows everything that you can handle. He would never put something on your plate that you can't handle. And as a child, I'd be like, God, no, this is more than I can handle. It's too much. Take it back. I'm your strongest warrior. And I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
You know, it's too much for me. But I was like, but I have faith in you, and I believe.
That's your name.
Exactly, God. I was going to need a lot of it, and you said you only need a mustard seed. He said, all you are is
your
faith.
name you're going to hear every day.
All you're going to be is faith. If it wasn't, I wouldn't make it through it. So I would pray like, God, I know that if I'm going through this right now, it has to be so much better. And I know I'm going to transmute this pain into a power to help others. Because why else would I experience these things? And I feel like sometimes you feel so alone going through these things in a household, and you're isolated, and abusers will isolate you on purpose so you have no one to turn to. But you're not alone. And you do have the power and the bravery to leave for yourself, you know?
Like you said, and you got to save yourself.
Priority. Yeah.
Save yourself. What's that Cheetah Girl song?
Be like sitting in a dark, cold, dusty cellar,
waiting for somebody to come and set me free. Period.
Okay.
Period. Stay tuned for the EP, new album on the way. Wow, thank you for sharing that and opening up. That was amazing. I definitely commend your strength.
Thank you.
And because you're just touching the surface.
Like very
and she's told me, like, because we've only known each other for what, about 8 months. It's been less than a year, but we've gotten to really experience a lot of things together and got so close.
So many experiences.
So I've heard her stories, and like, to just any room that you come in, Faith, like, you are such a bright light, and people literally love you so much. And honestly, you literally warm people up and make them feel so welcome. And on top of that, I don't know, just giving your hugs, the warm embrace, like.
Thank you. I feel like it's because it's what I crave, and also the statistic is slipping my brain right now.
Okay.
But we are hug deprived in this world.
Oh, I'll add it here.
You need like
I'll add it
5.
here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, if we could put it right here. You need like 5 to 8 hugs a day to be like thriving and happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like, to like, okay, and we do not hug enough.
No,
and
we
also,
don't.
I feel like
The epidemic of loneliness too.
Of loneliness.
I'll add that somewhere
Thank
here
you.
too.
Thank
Continue.
you.
Go ahead.
And I just feel like the things that I've been through in my life, I decided to make myself compassionate. I didn't want anyone to experience the pain that I felt. And I wanted to be the like peace and joy and love and like safe space that I craved. And so that's what I try to do with others. And I feel like it's a gentleness that is only like born of like violence, experiencing a lot of violence.
Yeah.
That like just a different level of
Yeah.
gentleness.
What's that saying again? The people who shine the brightest often are the ones who go and experience the like toughest and the darkest times. Some people will feel jealous about that, and so, or threatened when you are in certain rooms and try to dim your light.
Friends.
Yeah. And then
I'm just trying to make
girlfriends.
I just want to love everybody, but not
Yeah.
everyone's gonna love you, and
Exactly.
you're not everyone's cup of tea.
Exactly.
That's all right. Not everyone is for me.
Yeah, no,
So.
that part. So I also want to talk about how we found ourselves in different communities who honestly, like, what we've been going through, like, both of our cars, we don't have cars, okay? Let's just start there.
Earlier this week I had a car.
Wait. Let's just run it back. California, I'm gonna need you to get more drains. The sewer system is
an issue.
Terrible. Literally, you need more because the flooding is insane. And for me I just had my car, baby. My baby.
A beautiful Benz.
Literally only had it for a year. And you're telling me my car got totaled because of a boulder?
It was a rock. It was a rock. but
Honestly,
it was
I thought one of these
big-ass
potholes
rock.
maybe would have got me out.
You need to fix
They're
that's
crazy.
what me.
They're crazy. But so yeah, there's other things too. But now we both don't have cars. Okay?
Yeah. And I was on my way to pick her up. I was 2 minutes away from her, and then she had to meet me in the rain.
No, literally.
And I was like, I'll meet you with an umbrella. And then she didn't. And then it was great because my bucket was full.
Yeah.
I needed to cry.
No, she cried for 15 minutes on my way there, walking in the rain.
A good one.
But shout out Hovo, Hamo, y'all really came to save the day.
The best people, and Hovo's mother.
Oh, your mama.
Your mama. I love you,
Okay.
mama. Thank you.
But yeah, to talk about the communities that have helped us through these like dark times. First and foremost, I wanted to start with Divinity and Nicolette. Like, they're going to be on the
We love
episode
them.
soon.
Great friends.
Yeah, great friends.
The sound bowl,
Yeah.
like sound bath healing that
help.
Nicolette does.
Yeah.
Just the peace.
And she's even
serenity
done,
that
like,
I feel
private
in my
ones.
body, private one-on-ones with us.
Yeah.
Like on the beach, in the park, it is so serene.
Yes.
Magical. And Divinity, a phenomenal yoga teacher.
Yeah.
And the women with just like such great hearts. And
Yes.
we love you.
We love you.
The space that you create is so beautiful. And
With other women.
With other
and
women, yeah.
Other like-minded women.
also I have a hot 8.
Howdy. Yes. You want to talk about your
membership. I love.
I'm going to join that today.
She's joining today. I've been.
You'll see the
raving
video.
about
Just
it. Yeah.
stay tuned.
Stay
Check
tuned
it out
for
on
that.
Instagram.
But just like
Period.
even the staff, just like and I don't work for them. They don't pay me for this. But I used to do yoga every single day, and it's something like it was a personal practice of mine. And it was like when I was like happiest, and I was meditating and then doing yoga, and then like it was just
Journaling and
going to the
me
beach
too.
every
Yeah.
nature, hikes. I was
Hikes.
doing it all.
I know.
I was living in Santa Barbara, so I was very like privileged
Fortunate,
with
yeah.
the nature that I was surrounded by.
Next to the beach. Yeah.
Exactly. Just like so
pretty.
quickly I could just like walk. Yeah. Anyways, so I fell out of that when I moved here to LA because I was like, oh, I can't just do yoga in my backyard. Like the hummingbirds and the butterflies won't visit me. Like it's a little scary. Like I can't do that. And I found Hot 8, and it was just yoga in general. You could do it at home as long as you have a mat, like there's wonderful like people that we can refer you to, like
or YouTube videos, even
YouTube videos. Yeah,
balling on a budget.
But no, exactly.
We
That's
all balling on a budget with inflation and the recession we're in right now.
Exactly.
Continue.
Yeah, save all your pennies. I went for my first class, and then afterwards I was sweaty. I mean, it's a heated class. It's 115
hot
degrees
yoga
in there. Yeah. And I like was hot and red, and like people wouldn't think like, oh, I like the cutest, but I saw the light come back into my eyes, and I felt like it's just, yoga is truly like a mind, body, and spirit healing activity, and
soul. Yes, healing for the soul.
Yeah. Stretching.
So there's a community there too for you.
Community there.
All the workers know her name. She loves Lorenzo. Lala.
Lala's the
See, I haven't
Marlena
even joined yet.
She'd be knowing everybody.
I haven't even joined yet, but
shout out to Carlton.
Oh yeah, period. Class. No, literally. But yeah, it's just every time I see you after yoga, or like I pick you up, and I'm like, I just see the joy, and like, thank you guys for like helping my friend.
Yeah. Oh, Bella, the best bar class.
Oh yes, Bella. I'm gonna try that out next week.
I've been telling her. Yeah.
Yeah, so. But then also I think for us, church, would you say that's like another community?
Definitely. Oh God,
we just finally found our church. Pretty Girls Love Jesus. You're gonna sponsor us real soon. Look out for that email. And yeah, we'd say church.
One church. So phenomenal. It reminds me of the like church home that I grew up in. It's the worship music. It's the word.
The pastors, all of them are amazing.
Yes, the community aspect after. I was lucky enough to go to a Connect Sunday, the very first Sunday that I went.
Yeah.
And just feeling so welcomed. I was instantly put into like a hiking group chat. So they have different activities and serve in the church.
Yeah.
Like when God is centered, it just aligns and feels so much better.
And that's how it feels.
You're off the path.
You're
gonna feel it.
You're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, even though I feel like there's been many obstacles, right? The enemy's been really testing us, right?
He wants us to feel discouraged.
But
because we're so close.
Because we're right there. The finish line, I can see it. It's literally like right there. I feel
so close I can almost taste it.
I would say that there's been so many moments of divine alignment and synchronicities, and it's just so obvious, and with our stories and our journeys being so similar.
And our dreams,
yeah, for our nonprofit. Let's talk about that.
Yes, I would love to. It was so beautiful the way we, like, two dreams of ours came together and merged, because something that was really, that I grew up with a single like mother, and then eventually I had an incredible stepdad. I love him. Halasio, you're amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, a wonderful man. Yeah, showed me what like a real good man, a hardworking family man is like, with a wonderful sense of humor. But he wasn't from America, so he struggled with people like taking advantage of him. And so as hardworking as he was, in like 2-3 jobs at a time, like sometimes money would be tight, and we had signed a lease on my birthday in June. So every time it would come around that year, like the rent would be increased. And so it would just like be even tighter than any other month.
Yeah.
Right, for my birthday month. And luckily I had a mom who like did try her best despite like her own struggles. Like she would like try to account for that like in the months beforehand. Like I would get a few birthday gifts beforehand.
Yeah.
But that was because she did try and she cared. But it's just really hard to like, I couldn't have like a birthday party, or like gifts weren't possible, and like back to school shop, like none of
everything's
that.
tight.
Yeah, everything like nothing. When I left at 17 for like my own safety in the middle of my own senior year, I just realized how difficult it is to find like a safe place to live. And your entire life will change if you just have a safe, sacred space to like heal and unpack things, create a little like
community
nest and feel safe and grow a community and be able to do the things that you love,
and your passions,
and to not be worrying about like a roof
survival
over your head. And survival mode, you need, if you're in survival mode, you can't thrive. And so like my biggest dream and goal, like when I have it, is I know that like
pretty
as
soon,
a kid,
very soon.
it's done. It's coming.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, Jesus, for what you're doing already. Always wanted to have luxury housing for families that are impoverished. Obviously, there's Section 8, but I remember my mom couldn't even get on it. Like she was
Section
on
A
a
was
list.
hard. Yeah.
Like she was like in waiting, but it was going to be like 4 more years. So it was like, what are you going to do beforehand?
Yeah.
And always had a roof over our heads, and like God was always good. He kept the lights on and like food on the table. And like we was blessed, like, but I just understood a different level of, I don't just get to go to school every day. And my mom is coming home. Like I'm hearing about adult things, and I just want like
to be a kid.
Like people, to be a kid, and I want like other people to be able to experience that. So like when I have it, like I want to be able to create this like housing space where like single moms or like people who've been through domestic violence, because that's something like personal to my heart. Yeah. Kids like that are like 18 and up, like there's not any space thing for you guys, and I understand how that like transition is difficult. And if you have dreams, if you want to go to school, balancing those both, when other people have like parents that take care of them and like move them in on college day, like it's just different.
It's different. It's a whole different experience.
I've moved all on my own, every time.
Yeah.
So I want people to have like a safe space,
chosen family,
and a chosen family, and then there'll be community events and like something that you grew up with. Yeah.
So I, even during college, I've always said that I like tutored foster kids, and I've always said that I do want to become, because I understand like the foster care system is so screwed up, and a lot of people do it for money and just like in it for the wrong reasons. Yeah. Growing up, I was fortunate enough to have both of my mom and my dad, and they had that importance of school. And we were also fortunate enough to live in an apartment complex that honestly, I don't even know if it was government funded. I don't even know, but it was just so fun. Like there was a homework club at the basement of our building. It was on the first floor. Shout out to Homework Club. And so all the kids after school, it was kind of like a daycare situation, but they stressed the importance of getting our homework done. Like we couldn't go outside and play or go to the computer, like, because a lot of people would like to play games on the computer. So we couldn't do that if we didn't get our homework done, or if we didn't read certain chapters.
Incentivized playtime.
Yeah, no, literally. And they even test us with our like our reading and our writing and our math scores to see, those areas that we could all improve on. And honestly I honestly feel like if it wasn't for Miss Antoinette, Miss Subla, Miss Asmata, shout out to you guys who are all like the department like leaders. If I didn't have such amazing, strong women and mentors, I don't think I would honestly be the woman that I am today. Don't think I would be the leader and like serving person. Like we volunteered. That was also an incentive. Mm-hmm. Volunteering was so fun. Yeah. Like, and it was with all of my like friends. It makes you
feel better.
Yeah.
Because when you're helping others, you feel like you have a purpose. Like struggling with like feeling like purposeless. Like,
purposeless.
I've definitely felt that in my life. And like the one thing that made me feel better is in Santa Barbara, I was so depressed and I was living in this paradise, and I would drive to LA to go. We had mutual friends, and so like they would volunteer and we would feed like homeless people vegan food.
Yeah.
Which was so beautiful.
Amazing.
Like, and it just like it made me feel better. It made me feel like I had a purpose in this world. If there was nothing that I could do,
so
at least I'm helping somebody else.
Yes.
And then it helped me help myself, because then I was like, oh, I'm getting
so grateful.
And then if I'm and if I'm feeding other people, like, oh, maybe I should have a meal today. Like those little things.
No, that part. Amen. Chills. I just feel chills. I still am to this day. A student of life. I'm very curious. I love to learn. I love to read. I grew up reading, so I don't really know that many movies and TV shows. Yeah, we both love to read.
Quality.
Yeah, we love to read. And yeah, I don't think I would honestly like school that much if I didn't have homework club. I don't think I would have went to college and pursue my bachelor's in psychology if it wasn't for them. Also, we started a dance group.
Educated. Oh, thank you. Goodness.
Thank you. Yeah. We also started a dance group. Thank you. Shout out to Miss Antoinette. Rest in peace. We with Ann Nunu. Rest in peace, sis. We started a dance community there, and now I'm pursuing my dreams in LA. Like so many things that can be grateful.
Guardian angels that watch over you.
Amen. Yeah. So. Oh, I gotta breathe.
No. I love you.
Yes. Okay, got this. But yeah, so I always wanted to create something like that, like a homework club or a place for creatives, because my parents stress the importance of, being a doctor or a lawyer, or
only
or
options.
all of my cousins are pharmacists. So it was something along those lines, and you had to go to school for it. And I didn't really want to go to school, and I just wanted to pursue dance, and just all the creative endeavors that I wanted to do.
Multi-talented.
Oh, I love you so much.
Yeah, she does it all.
So yeah, I just wanted to create that space and fund. I feel like if it wasn't for my dad, shout out to you, like funding my acting, funding my dancing like when I was like a baby, like I probably wouldn't be interested, or even STEM. There's a point in time in my life where I loved science and math.
STEM. So shout out to all the women in STEM. We love you.
Yeah. So creating that space for kids to just experiment, and I feel like we ask kids in high school, like,
feel safe.
And play, feel safe. We even
learn.
We literally, one of the volunteering things that we did towards the end when I was in high school was to rebuild our park. And I remember we literally, it was so ghetto. We literally had a tire, and because we didn't have swings, so we had a tire swing.
Balling on a budget.
We were lit, and then
y'all made it happen.
We didn't have a basketball court, so there was like an empty space. It was concrete, no grass, but it was an empty space where we would play soccer, and it was no goal. The fence would be the goal, or the wooden side would be. You guys know Park Montgomery.
You
know what I'm talking
goals.
about.
I know. I made a water bottle goal before with my brother.
And then for the basketball, we would hit the light. There was like a lamppost, and so yeah, up against the garage. It wasn't like a whole like stand thing. It was literally like up against. Yeah, so we were definitely creative and innovative, but yes, we had fun, and I just wanted to create a space like that. So to tie our nonprofits
together, we're gonna have a housing, like luxury housing, and also parks and the pool were the things that I could enjoy.
We didn't have no pool. We had to go to Nob Hill, walk all the way to the second one, not the first one. Like y'all know, bro. Y'all know. Sandbox Sisters, y'all know. Tap in. But
so we want kids to have that in the housing, and also like if you are a single mother, if you are both working parents. I remember daycare was so expensive, so that's why I had to raise kids.
Yes.
And so I didn't have a childhood for myself, but this is a way
such a blessing.
All of us could, like, all the kids could have a childhood, and their parents could have like free daycare, and just be able to experience like dropping your kids off at a place where they'll learn, where they'll dance.
No, it didn't even.
Play,
they didn't even need to drop it off. The school bus would drop us off, and we would just go straight there when our parents are literally working. And then on the
then
weekends,
you're already home.
You're already home. You just go upstairs, literally on the same elevator, boom, up. Yeah. And literally, my parents stressed that, like, wow, I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have homework club. We could not afford daycare, and the community, like, we obviously all of our parents knew each other, and so during the weekends when like someone had like a wedding or something, my mom would volunteer to raise, like to bring in and babysit, and then vice versa. Like if my parents had to go somewhere during the weekends, we would just go. And it was, again, same building, like, so it's definitely like a second family, and I'm extremely grateful. And so merging
that's
that.
your dream to create that.
Yes. So
it's already done.
It's already done.
God put it in our hearts.
And I think this was recent that we like found
the link together. A day in a park, actually.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Because we're tapping into our inner child.
Yes.
And we literally it was such a beautiful day. The sunset was amazing. The dog
coming in. Oh, beelining.
Oh my God. I had to add that clip in.
Oh yeah, she'll have to insert that.
And
and then we had a cartwheel contest.
I haven't done a cartwheel.
How many cartwheels we can do in a row.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah, and we both cheered. We had that in common.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's so much. Oh, so you touched a little bit about your purpose, pain into power.
And helping others.
And so is that like the nonprofit? That's obviously like one
That's
avenue.
One thing.
Yeah.
When I was younger, one of the most proud accomplishments I actually have to date so far.
Yes.
And was Solstice Stars.
Oh yeah.
It was a co-creation. We ended up going different paths, which is fine, but I'm glad for like what it created in the moment. And it was everything that I had dreamed of. Like the intention before it was ever started was I wanted to bring together like-minded women and who were, wanted to support other women who cared about this, like the same things like that we did, like nature and God and like spirituality and like learning and being at the beach and just doing these like really fun things that were also like all artists, and I wanted them to like connect, and I imagined like each other helping each other in like their own creative endeavors and like creating that space. And it ended up being that I have like one of my greatest friends. We like lived together.
Shout her out. What's
Jasmine.
her name?
Hey, Jasmine. I love you.
Jasmine.
Yes,
Jasmine's
yes.
always traveling.
Yeah.
Is that the friend?
No. That's
So sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to cut.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Yeah, Maria and Katie, my girls who be traveling. I love you so much.
Jasmine. Oh, I remember
together
Jasmine.
in the cottage.
I remember.
Yeah,
I
we're
remember.
gonna hang out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry.
Shout out to you, Jasmine. Sorry.
Sure.
I haven't met you yet, but when I do, once I put a face to the name, I won't forget. Trust me. I'm not one of these weird LA peoples. But
oh my god. At a
because
party,
we've experienced that. Oh, you've experienced that when we've been out. Oh, let's talk about that. How like some guy, we were literally at, we didn't even know we were at literally a studio. We're not gonna mention the guy's name, but he was literally recording something. We didn't know who these people were, but obviously I'm gonna shout out my girl. He said he was a writer. No, he was what did he say? I don't know. He was just introducing ourselves, and I was like, oh, my girl's an amazing writer, and he was like, oh, really? Let's tap in. Go ahead, finish the story. This is from her experience, from her perspective. Like, go ahead. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, which one?
Do you know what? Oh, dang, which one? See how many times this when we were at with Taryn and we went to the crib to get the studio set.
Oh my
she
God.
forgot.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was weird.
He was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see your stuff. I'm gonna follow you right now in front of you, because you know people in LA, they be like saying like, oh, they do and they don't, which I don't even care. Like, whoever's for me is for me, whoever isn't. But he like made a point to mention it, followed me in front of me.
Yeah.
And by the time we walked out the house, like, didn't even see him after that. Like, he did his own thing. Like, like it was a brief conversation, but he like, there was someone to meet that is really cool. Yeah. And I love their music. And I really didn't get my chance to even speak to them, because we were talking and speaking about like writing and just like music and just like stuff. We were chopping it up, and I'm not going to stop a conversation, like we very briefly like shook hands, said hello. But then afterwards, and then he was like, okay, and then he like had something to do. He left. By the time we leave, like not even an hour or two later,
I was like,
not following me.
I mentioned it in the car. I was like, oh, so y'all tapped in. This is great. Like, this is how you can finally get your writing out there. Because she's gonna just stay tuned, bro. We're gonna be going to these what are they called? Like the spoken word poetry events, and so that I'm gonna force her to watch. By the end of this year, we're gonna go.
Gonna drag my butt. Sure.
But yeah, so she doesn't have her work out there
I have
yet.
like some trauma with sharing art, but I'm moving past it.
Because rightfully so.
Yeah.
People,
we won't get into
we won't say, but people take ideas
multiple
so
times.
We understand that, but she doesn't have her work out there. So for you to judge a book by its cover, you just literally fumbled, boy. Like, I don't think you understand how big of a bag you just fumbled.
Yeah, that's literally just like my personal stuff.
And she's an amazing writer. Like, when I mean amazing. Like, and if she wants to get into songwriting, she can. And I think Homeboy raps. I think that's what he was.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, ooh, I can have another writer on my team.
I always said poetry
specifically. But look, he judged a book by his cover. He wasn't patient or didn't ask for her work and unfollowed her. And look.
Yeah.
When you see her up, don't try to come back then, because then her price is gonna be much higher. Point blank. Period.
But that's what it needed to be.
Exactly. And if anything, we try to look at the positive outcome, positive side of it.
It just made me want to share my art even more. It was like, oh yeah, I'm lagging. I'm letting fear hold me back. Faith over fear always.
Faith over fear.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that. Yeah. I love that.
So thank you.
Yes. Is there anything else you want to like mention, bring up? I feel like I got everything I want to say, but
I just honestly had such a great time with you.
No, I know. I just want to talk about how grateful I am for you as a friend.
That's what I wanted to. See, right before you said it.
Vibing on the same. What just dropped?
I heard something.
It's okay. Vibing on the same frequency. Yeah, this also is like all of our not our stuff. My stuff. You've seen the stuff, but this is Pretty Girl Loves Jesus. She gave me this. She got me this hat for my birthday or Christmas.
It's in the same month, so I just got like a summer birthday, summer Christmas.
One.
Yeah, a bunch.
Yeah, and Pretty Girl Love Jesus.
Love Pretty Girls Love Jesus. Also, it's satin. she will be sponsoring us because the amount of girlies I have sent you.
Oh, she sent you like 20
girls.
Like,
yeah.
I think like
Easily.
the mall, church
at Connect Sunday.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
She always gives them, they're always like,
I love that. And I'm like, no. You don't understand how like great quality the bill is. It is corduroy, this, and then it matches
the satin.
It's so cute. And I'm like, not afraid
Black
to, like,
owned,
like,
woman owned.
Put it on. Oh, Black woman owned. It's a woman.
Yeah.
It's a small business.
We're
Come
gonna
on
support.
out. And she's an
amazing
innovator.
Yeah, we love her.
It's the small details and it's the quality. And then hers on the inside is gold satin.
Yeah.
So golden, because we're golden girls.
Golden girls.
And it's quilted. It's beautiful.
Yes, and then you have the 4 agreements here. What does
just
that?
a book
what's
because
that mean for you? It is the words. Like, be impeccable of your word.
Be impeccable with your word.
With your word.
Agreements. Oh
yeah. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personal.
Personally. Don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions and always do your best.
Beautiful.
There you go. I haven't read that. I need to read that book again. But
I have it when you need it.
Yeah.
But this is just the books that I first got like when I was on like my spiritual journey.
Oh, I love.
And like at 17, I was just like, I had so many. I wanted to like, obviously like start. I had to just restart everything.
Yeah,
and, like, find my own path.
Yeah.
And decide who I wanted to be. And self-help books and like spirituality and Paradise Found, one of my favorite shops in Santa Barbara. Definitely helped me find so many of those like things, you know. So this book, you know, was just like in my book bag, and I was like, oh, just perfect. Like, and I feel like our friendship, we love reading so much.
And then a journal.
A journal.
You got me a journal too for my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
From Italy. And she knows that I want to go to Italy.
Yeah, because we're going to go to Italy together. And then it just had like, it's handmade leather. And traveling one, it has like a whole bunch.
She knows I want to travel my travel pod. Like,
yeah, all the places we're going to go.
Yeah.
Together.
Oh, it's amazing.
So, yeah.
Okay,
so just some things that like represent me. Yeah. A company that I love, and I've been repping
I will
because
sponsor soon.
Pretty girls do love Jesus. It makes me super happy. And then a journal, and then always got to keep a book on you because knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, and actually applied knowledge is power.
Ooh, so applied knowledge is power.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So again, back to what you're saying. Exactly. Faith over fear.
Faith over fear.
Just do it. Nike, sponsor us.
Please. Hey, please.
So yeah, to just end the podcast, just talking a little bit about our friendship and how we've always been yearning to have really good, like, you know, friends, especially girlies, like, you know,
like reciprocated love, like real true homie shit, like someone who loves you and is there for you. I feel like I've never had a friend like you before, because I feel like so many people like love me when I am like, oh, you're Sunshine and we love you.
Her nickname is Sunshine.
Yeah, yeah, people call me Sunshine sometimes,
as you can see.
But I'm a person, like I experience like an array of emotions and ups and downs, obviously. And so I feel like you're the first person who hasn't just been like, oh, like you just let me disappear into my like little cave of darkness.
Oh no,
like,
I'm gonna force you to come out.
No. She's been pulling me out the house. Like we go to church together. She's like, oh no, like we pick each other up for church. Yeah.
Oh, we had our cars.
Yeah. And just also like I don't go out. I'd be a hermit crab, and she's been like so many just.
Bro, we're in our 20s. We're young, bro. We're gonna live our best life. Continue, yes.
Yeah, no, and I've just not gone out. I haven't met with the like can count one hand. So she's been pulling me out the house. It's been so much fun, but also sound baths and yoga, like healing things, and going to the farmer's market. Like I just don't leave the house. Literally going to the park, sitting on a yoga mat, applying to jobs,
applying to jobs. Yeah, literally so much.
Crying
together. Yes. No, I love you so much. You've been literally an amazing. Thank you for being a true friend, because honestly, I think we both needed that, and then it's like we met each other at the perfect time. Like we literally were
praying for a friend like you.
Same, me too. And yeah, I think we found each other at the perfect time. I also just feel like you are an amazing listener. I think maybe because we're both psych majors, maybe we just have so much in common. Both are very observant.
The late night conversations that we have is where like the magic really happens.
Yes.
And we find that your secrets aren't safe if we're together.
Yeah.
We're gonna find them out.
We're gonna find them out. Like the FBI really want to hire us.
No, they should. Behavioral analysis unit.
Yes, Criminal Minds.
But to read.
What's his name? Morgan?
Oh, Morgan.
Yeah, you've been an amazing friend. I'm so excited to see like where life takes us.
This is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning, guys.
So much yet to come, and it's been so crazy.
No.
The insanely high highs.
No.
And like
Guys,
story moments, and
when
then
you see
the
us-
lows, the low.
we'll really tap in and get you more story times when we're on the other side of this.
Yeah.
But
Because you know, right now
it's, you know,
it's in.
but
It's the journey.
It's the journey. So yeah, I'm super excited for what's in store for us. It's only up from here, sis. I love you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for hopping on and being a
Happy to
guest
be
for this
here.
episode.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud of
Yes.
you.
Where can they find you? What's your
At
Instagram?
Faith Lusica on Instagram, and then Faith is FaithLusica.
Yes, like musica.
Yeah, like musica, but Lusica.
Yes, with the L.
And your
Yeah. Oh yeah.
losses to lessons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
L to the the L to the dub.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much again. And
Excited to spend the rest of the day with you.
oh yes, of course, we're gonna go to yoga after this. Make sure to drop a comment. Let me know who do you want to see next. You know, subscribe, tap on that notification bell. You know, follow us on Instagram as well. And that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys all so much. And last but not least, don't be afraid to be you. Peace.